Previously on Task Force Vixen, the Harbinger's Marathon. Also, I need to clarify a little mistake that I made in the last episode. You remember how I was discussing the Evochrome Burst Rifle and how many shots it can do for rarity? When I was discussing the green one, I said it could do 4 shots. But that doesn't add up because the magazine size is 24, and you could and it fires 2 bullets at a time. So what I meant to say in that instance was that you could fire 12 shots. But the more and more that you upgrade it, the more and more shots come out of that barrel. 8. And I'm not entirely sure if it has any more shots that it can pull off when it gets past legendary rarity. The 6-shot bursts, wherein you could only fire it 4 times. But the thing about it is, the more shots in a burst, the less you have to shoot it. And the less indeed that you can shoot it. So it's really the situation where you have to question whether or not you want to evolve it. But sometimes you don't really get a choice. Sometimes it just evolves by itself. So, like I said before, if you can get a good few monsters in a line, you don't really have to shoot it all that much. And it doesn't really take that long to reload. And it, I believe, takes even shorter time to evolve. So, even though both can get you hit, so just be careful how you use them in this mode. But I stand by my words when I say the combat SMG is one of the best. The only thing that really seems to beat it out of the equation is the Gunner's Mythic Stinger SMG. But you would have to defeat the Cube Assassin and beg her to drop it, like I've been doing with her dropping Cadothorn's Vampiric Blade. Why specifically the Vampiric Blade, you may ask? Well, refer to my episode where I got a win with it while Spider-Man Canada was still with me. And bear that in mind, because it's going to come back up in the penultimate episode of the season. So you have that to look forward to. Do the most time blending, the most time warping that I have done in any episode before. And if I had my way, since. I didn't know that it had taken so many clips in order to get the 1,000,000 points. And when the Fortnite season ends, well, there you go. That's pretty well the reason why. It's a very similar situation to Marty Jester and both Greatest Battles and Fortnite Follies. There is an exception that we have been witnessing for months and probably years at this point. And that just so happens to be TGIF. But that will change after December. once the final episode of the season crops up, I believe around the 22nd of December, then the new season of TGIF will begin, which will be far more up to date because it will show off Chapter 5 Season 1 or Chapter 4 Season 5, whichever occurs after the season. But given the track record of the past chapter, at least, the end has happened pretty well every Halloween, or a little bit past Halloween anyway. But either way, the thing about it is, this season is ending in one way or another in November, much like the Chapter 3 Season 4. So I'm kind of suspecting that the season is going to be transitioning over to Chapter 5. Especially with how one person says that's an interesting concept, and one that I have subtly done for one of my own series. So, you have that to look forward to. Alright, round 2. Now, I'm going to be picking up the chest and ammo here, and it will be taking it from there. I just need to grab this chest here, and this chest here, and I'm going to be going around and seeing what I can do after the fact. And here we go. This is the battle against the assassin once more. Given that I have quite a bit of time left, I believe it's safe to say that I win against her and collect whatever type of weapon comes out of her. So we'll see what happens from here. Okay. Just kind of do that. And alright. This is one of the bad things about shotguns. If they're running on empty, you have to wait for it to reload, which sometimes takes a while. And then you have to fire one solitary shot before before reloading it again. Expect shooting a gun with an empty clip is not as efficient as firing a gun with a full clip. Alright, so here I finally get the opportunity to pick up Midas's drum gun, and I from there go to town on the horde monsters. And once I get another opportunity, I check and see what else she dropped, which just so happens to be the aforementioned Havoc shotgun. Now, like I said before, it's a very powerful weapon, but I don't really like using it because it has a small magazine size and a slow firing rate. I mean, it's about as much as the infiltrator pump, but it's much slower by comparison because the firing rate is below 1 shot per second to high amounts of power. So, that's my opinion. Now, like I said before, you're entitled to your own opinion, and you can feel free to try and convince me why the Havoc pump shotgun is as good as you say. But while I will consider your recommendation, I'm not going to promise you that I will switch up my tactics. Because when it comes to 5 years of conditioning, that's not hard. That's not easy to break. So I often find myself going straight back to that mentality, pretty well semi-consciously. So the thing about it is, I have pretty much put rapid-firing weapons into my subconscious firmly. And it's a habit that sometimes gets me killed, but at the same time, it has also served me well in other cases. You'll see that in Greatest Battles at some point. If Marty Jester would ever get off of his butt and finish off some episodes that are really far behind, that is. He's got a really bad habit of taking so long to do it, and it's because of that that the series is like 3 seasons behind. Like, seriously. The thing about it is, he says that we are in one of the later seasons of the series. He wasn't quite a quarter down, at least, but he was down far enough that it could still be counted as decent progress. So there we go. Just hammer at these guys with the drum shotgun, and just pull a hasty retreat, because that caretaker is also after me. Rushing reload would be perfect for a shotgun. Alrighty, here we go. This is the last of the this is the last of the narrative commentary, and like I did before, I have a few things to discuss. This time not a correction, but more of a specification. You remember maybe 2 episodes ago where I was discussing an essay technique with you guys. One in which I agreed with the other person's point of view, and then stated my case once again. That is a technique of what's called a rebuttal. And honestly speaking, I was looking over the term, and in my opinion, it's one of the best methods of a rebuttal. So I thought it started with an S, and that's the only reason in which it would be a correction. It actually started with an R, because it's a rebuttal. I remembered that as I was editing the previously on segment this morning. So, or rather, this afternoon. So, yeah. That's pretty much it. The thing about it is, when it comes to rebuttals in an essay, there are 3 methods in which to do a rebuttal. And those all are... hold on. Let me see if I can pull it back up. Where is it? Okay. I saw it. I saw it just a while ago, but... Alright. So... Okay... Let's see... Where is it? Okay... Right. Where is that? Alright, you know what? I'm not even going to worry about it. It's just it's just not worth it right now. I'm just basically using the automatic sniper the way it was actually supposed to be used, as a sniper rifle, dealing headshots that instantly kill them. And I'm not saying that it's the most efficient way to use it right now. I'm just saying that, as with any sniper rifle, you just have to... one of the best ways to use it is to snipe them in the head. So, there you go. The big thing about it is, this is going to be a fairly long narrative commentary, about 20 minutes and 47 seconds. So get comfortable. You're gonna be here a while. Now I'm just taking on these guys and just kind of trying to keep them away from the tower, which fails at this point. And so I decide to go down and pick off the monsters that try to come up the staircase one by one. The thing about it is, due to their size when it comes to the brutes, there's not much that they could do except for to come up here in a single file line. But that's what makes the stairs so deadly for these things. The thing about it is, like you just saw, I was in a superior position, and I wiped him out with barely any damage to myself. This is not always how it goes, but this round was just great for the type of strategy that I had in mind. So now I'm going to be collecting up some ammo and gearing up and getting ready for the first of the storm chasing segments. You know, where you have to follow the storm. Now, these segments are actually a little bit harder to edit during the previously on segment. Especially with me doing narrative commentary and almost seemingly never shutting up, but you know, I welcome the challenge in most cases. If it's too hard, however, then I'll just leave and try and cool off in the meantime. But this time I was very, very determined to get the experiment done. I got 4 in that one move, so that's pretty cool. Most of what I do in the previously on segment, if you haven't noticed already, is I just simply cut it whenever the score disappears, and from there I wait until the next time I do something that even remotely scores a point, like say attack and kill the cube monster fiends in question. If even one dies, I scooch back to the part before I deal the first hit, and just take it from there. And when it comes to these previously on segments, sometimes I don't even care about cutting off myself in mid-sentence. I just do it anyway, and move on to the next part. Now, is this a good strategy? I don't know. I don't know how many people are annoyed by this strategy. All I do know, however, is that it's a strategy that cuts down on the time, so that I might be able to entertain some people that can stand to watch it for 30 to 45 minutes. Because that's usually how long they go for, with some special cases sprinkled in, like, say, one episode was like 47 minutes or whatever. But the thing about it is, yeah, the whole thing is just, yeah. Alright, so now I'm reorganizing my inventory and getting ready for the next battle. Then I go ahead and search these chests and ammo boxes for any better weapons, more ammo, more medical supplies, just stuff that could help me survive in this game mode. Even though I am passed clean over those chug splashes, and I believe I know the reason. The main reason is that I'm holding out, trying to see if the cube assassin would show up and give me Cato Thorn's blade. And you would not believe how rare that actually is. Well, maybe you could, but the fact of the matter is, I was getting really annoyed with how rare it was getting. Like, I know that it is a very overpowered weapon, and thus it would drop far less often than the rest. But it got to the point where I couldn't even do anything really relatively close to winning until the penultimate episode of the season, as I've said before. So, yeah. I'm not going to spoil too much about what happens, but just stay tuned for that on the 2nd of November, and you'll see what I mean. So, I just took the cube assassin down, but I had to back away for a little bit so as to not get overwhelmed so quickly. If I got hit even once, I would have been a dead man. And that was something that I did not want to do right now, because the whole point of the experiment was to win the game, and if I even and if I fell, then the chances are I'm not going to win the game now, am I? So yeah. The fact of the matter is that the stakes were high, and I could not afford to make very many mistakes, if any. The fact that I got to the Foundations Mark 7 is nothing short of a miracle to me. Because this too was a very rare weapon. I ended up usually getting something else entirely, like Midas's drum gun, which is a solid choice all its own. Gunner's Stinger SMG, the Enhanced Havoc, just various slightly weaker weapons. Oh, and I forgot the Chimera ray gun, or rather Zig and Choppy's ray gun. So there we go. Now we've got two stellar mythic weapons. And I think one of those is going to make a repeat appearance besides the Kato Thorn's Vampiric Blade in the episode that I actually win in. So keep an eye out for that too. Alright. It's time to begin the second and final chase. So, I am here basically trying to conserve ammo for my weapons that need it. And just using the Chimera ray gun in order to get past the chase. The Chimera ray gun is a really stellar weapon all of its own because of its infinite ammo and its really, really powerful beam of energy. Like, you would be hard-pressed to find anything more powerful. Well, very many things more powerful. So, there we go. I'm just zapping everything out of existence at the moment, and trying to survive the chase. And I think I'm doing a fairly good job, aside from the odd moments where I went into the storm. The thing about it is, they are these guys love to group up and gang up on you, and sometimes it ends up being a real pain in the fanny, if you know what I mean. And the big thing about it is this is far from the most dangerous part, and sometimes I've even been overwhelmed by this, I think. I forget exactly, but if I've been taken out in round 1, and I can assure you that I have, then I have been most likely taken out during the first or second chases. So, yeah. Another thing about it is you're constantly trying to stay within a constantly moving storm. So that too makes this fairly difficult. And now we have made it to the site of the final round. The point where the caretaker was to show up. And he usually spawns right there in that gigantic spawner right there. So I marked in my mind exactly where he was going to show up, and started collecting some ammo in preparation for the battle ahead. And my confidence was up where it came to fighting him. So much so that I decided to drop the Infiltrator Pump Shotgun, my only non-mythical weapon, and decided to use only the mythical weapons that I had in my inventory. So, here, the final round has begun, and already there was a problem. The caretaker was invisible for quite a while, and he's about to use his chest laser right there. I think there was a time where he was actually invisible for far longer than this, and that it was enough to take me out in that one. So, or I might have just felt like it was far longer than it actually was. Either way, this is not the round in which I win. I am sorry to say, and I'm sorry for the spoilers, but when it comes to this, facts are facts. So I'm just basically trying my hardest to take the caretaker out, and I'm doing a fairly decent job of it because I'm using my Mark 7 and my Zig and Choppy's ray gun, and that little ground pound there was the only one that really hit me for any significant amount of damage. Even though I managed to gain some of that shield back. But, as you can expect in the final round, things get pretty hectic. So, with the shield just gradually getting higher and higher, there was it was still a very intense ordeal. I think he just decided to try and ground pound me right there. A strategy that didn't really work. At this point, he's about halfway down, but I was not looking too great myself. I had part of my health missing and most of my shield. So, and when I say most of my shield, I mean pretty well all of it at this point. Now, for whatever reason, I'm using the Mark 7 assault rifle on the little guys, and wasting ammo that I could have been using against the caretaker himself. Still yet, do you see the life bar? Do you see how close I am to beating him? And this wasn't all going to waste. So, yeah. I decided to pick up the boom bow, which I believe was the final nail in my coffin. Because if I was to pick up the boom bow, then more than likely I had every intention of using it against him. Except, by the time I pulled it out, I had already gotten overwhelmed by using the Zig and Choppy's ray gun, and defeated right then and there.